Welcome back to the Foundry by Forge College. Look, in our last explainer on integration and project documentation, we basically laid down our architectural plans. We mapped everything out. But today, today we are throwing on our hard hats. We're taking those beautiful theoretical designs and literally slamming them right up against the harsh reality of on-chain execution. We need to see what breaks, right? Because we have to guarantee that the user flows you engineered actually hold up when they hit the live Solana network. Let's dive in. Here is our inspection blueprint for today. 1. Connecting design to reality. 2. Minimal surface verification. 3. Executing the integration checks. 4. Triage in the iteration plan. And finally, 5. Ready for capstone assembly.
Section 1. Connecting design to reality.
Okay, so lessons 1 through 3 were all about the blueprints. Now it's time to see if the physical bridge we just built can actually handle real weight. The absolute secret weapon here is traceability. Every single test we run today has to link back directly to a specific capstone objective and user flow that we mapped out earlier. You can't just be mashing random buttons on your prototype to see what sparks. If your core objective was to reduce payment friction, your test needs a precise breadcrumb trail leading right back to that exact goal.
Section 2. Minimal surface verification.
Now, as master engineers, we know way better than to tap every single rivet with a hammer. We honestly do not have the time to exhaustively test every tiny pixel interaction. Instead, we use minimal surface verification. We keep our testing focused strictly on the high-risk, load-bearing pillars of your smart contract boundaries. It is a total lifesaver because it maximizes what we learn while keeping us out of an endless testing rabbit hole.
Section 3. Executing the integration checks. All right, this is where we treat your prototype as a fully observable system. We poke it, we prod it, and we carefully document exactly how it responds. It's a rigorous, step-by-step methodology. First, choose your verification points. Next, prep the test scripts so literally anyone can replicate them. Then, execute and capture hard evidence. Compare the observed state to what you expected, and finally, draft your triage items. You are going to need to select at least 3 verification points, covering very different risk classes. First, the happy path. That's when everything works perfectly. Second, the error path. This is where you intentionally try to break things to make sure the system handles failure gracefully. And third, cross-component data synchronization. Basically, proving your front end isn't lying to your users about what's actually happening on-chain.
I love this quote because it brilliantly illustrates the whole philosophy of this module in one single thought. Objectives tell you what to measure. User flows show where to measure it, and the prototype is what you test. They aren't isolated. It's a continuous chain. If you ever feel lost, just trace it back up that chain. For every single test, you have to rigorously compare the expected state against the observed state. You're hunting for mismatched serialization, maybe off by one indexing, race conditions, or missing authority checks. Did the balance actually update? Did the right error modal pop up? If the observed reality doesn't perfectly match the blueprint, well, you found a gap that needs fixing.
And here's the golden rule, something you'll hear across all Forge College programs. If you cannot prove it with reproducible evidence, like console logs, transaction signatures, or RPC traces that another engineer can verify, then the test simply did not happen, period. Evidence is what turns a speculative assumption into hard engineering data. So, inevitably, you are going to find some cracks in the concrete. A transaction fails, the UI lags by a block, or the metadata just refuses to load. Look, finding these issues isn't a failure. It's literally the exact reason we do these checks. Which brings us to the most important part of the inspection. Section 4. Triage and the iteration plan.
We don't just point out flaws and walk away. We categorize them in a verification matrix. This is where we get a good laugh at that classic generic error 500 that makes your users panic and think their money vanished into the void. You list the test, the expectation, the reality, and assign a severity level. This matrix is the entire backbone of your integration report.
You have got to classify every single mismatch. Critical means the bridge is completely unusable and blocks the core objective. Major is a significant degradation. Sure, maybe they can finish the task, but the experience is honestly terrible. And minor? That's just cosmetic, like a button being a bit off-center or a tiny lag in a non-essential fetch.
Now, to ensure these bugs don't just become nebulous, ignored tasks, your iteration plan must assign concrete ownership and testable fixes for every issue. Actually, scratch that. It's absolutely crucial. If an action doesn't have an owner, it's not getting done. And if it doesn't have a simple acceptance test, you have zero clue if the fix actually worked.
Section 5. Ready for a capstone assembly.
Let's look at the final checkpoint requirements. Acceptance for this milestone is completely binary. You need your 3 documented points, the hard, reproducible evidence attached, and absolutely 0 unmitigated critical issues hanging around. If a critical issue is there, the barrier stays down. You have to fix it or heavily mitigate it.
Speaking of mitigations, if a contract requires some wildly complex migration that you just do not have time for right now, a temporary mitigation like a UI guardrail or a feature flag is perfectly acceptable. But, and this is a big but, it must be documented and tested in your iteration plan. You can't just sweep it under the rug and pretend it doesn't exist.
So, by linking your architectural goals to concrete, observable test data, you have officially bridged the gap between theory and reality. You're not guessing anymore, you are proving it. You now have a rock-solid, verified foundation to build your final project on. And with your integration report acting as that bridge, you are finally ready for capstone assembly. In our next explainer, we'll take all this evidence and build out your final design draft. Until then, make sure to visit forge.college to dive deeper into this subject and explore more incredible Web3 topics. So, I'll leave you with this thought. As you look at your own dapp today, is your project built on hopeful assumptions or hard, verifiable evidence? Thanks for joining me, and keep building.